Yeah, well, hi, friends. Doc South here, and ooh, I'll tell you the truth, I was getting kind of worried. Yeah, I was. Um, Evidently, well, I may have mentioned it. I know I have to close friends and family, but I was definitely, and still maybe, having memory issues, having a little trouble remembering things. Oh gosh, you could introduce me to someone and an important person and all that. Well, everyone's important, but someone I really should know and remember their name, you know, and and next thing you know, I'd forget their name, maybe within 5 minutes. Yeah, that kind of thing. Maybe I get an assignment at work, something to do. Next thing you know, I'm scratching my head. What the heck was it they wanted me to do? It's maybe they gave me a list, and I'd say, "Oh heck, I'll remember that." Get aisle three, work on the cooling grates in the dairy section, and get some carts, and and that kind of thing. And next, I've totally forgotten what I was supposed to do. Yeah, I have to go ask someone again, and that gets old after a while. um, Maybe go to the store to get some item, get in the lane there and look around and think, oh my gosh, what the heck was it I was supposed to get? And then worse than that, I'd say, oh, I remember what it was. I go get a can of soup, bring the can of soup back home. I didn't want soup. I wanted I wanted turkey stuffing. What? You wanted turkey stuffing? Oh my God. And like that. And after a while, it gets old. You tend to start to grate on people after a while, and yourself. And of course, the big thing when you're my age, I'm 75 now, for crying out loud. You start to wonder if it's Alzheimer's. And I know my mom passed away from Alzheimer complications, and ooh, man, you don't want that disease. If you can avoid it, boy, do all you can. And it's not that easy to avoid. And of course, I thought I was developing a case of it. Well, I went to the doctor, hat in hand, shall we say, and they ran me through all sorts of tests. And they said, well, the doctor read, I don't know, he read some kind of thing to me and some kind of little story, then asked me questions about it in one ear and out the other. He may have well have not, he would have done better not to tell me the story. And I'm just sitting there, oh God, love a duck. And so they ran me through all sorts of tests. And oh yeah, my gosh, all sorts, I look like Captain Video in some cases, with all these probes on my head and stuff. And it turns out no Alzheimer's, at least not yet, knock wood. But still, there's the forgetfulness. And the doctor looked me over one day, where my regular doctor, and he says, I'm looking at you. He says, you've lost a lot of weight, haven't you? I said, well, yeah, I work in a supermarket. We work like dogs. He said, yeah. He says, are you eating? I said, well, you don't always get a whole lot of time to eat on the job. And we don't make a whole lot of money, so I just eat. He says, how's your stomach feel? I said, no, my stomach feels kind of knotted, He says, you know why? I said, no. He says, that's because you ain't eating enough. And I think that's just how he said it. You ain't eating enough, for crying out loud. And he says, get on that scale. Get over on that scale right now. Look, oh my God, he says, look at that. Last time you were in here, you were about 180 pounds. Do you realize you're about 145? I said, I am? He says, yeah. Crying out, oh man. He says, you got to start eating. No wonder you're forgetting things. Jeez. He says, you need fat. I said, no, you don't, right? He says, no, yes, you do. You need fat. Your brain is mostly fat, truth be known. When someone calls you a fathead, they're right. He says there's a lot of fat in your brain, and you need some in there. It's how things work. He said, I don't know quite. I think it somehow keeps you from short-circuiting or some such thing. I don't know. It's like insulation for for all the nerves. I said, really now? He says, yeah, crying out loud. He says, you're under orders. You hear me now? Look at me. Again, it's an old Army doctor. I want you eating. You doggoner, I tell you, you better be eating. And I want to see you back here. I want to see you with at least 20 more pounds on you. I want you up around, well, what are you, 145? 145? Yeah, that's what it says here on the scale. He said, okay. Let's see, 55, 65. I want you up about 170. Wow, 170. He says, you have blank check to eat whatever you want. You want to eat a tub of lard, you eat it. I said, I don't think I like lard. Well, he says, okay, fine, but if it's fattening, eat it. Ice cream, I want you eating perfectly good food too. You know, get your vegetables in there and all that stuff, but you gotta get fatter. And that's it. He says, and that's most likely why you're forgetting things. Because your brain does need fat to work. And well, there you are. You got me? Yeah, I said, yes, sir. I said, you got any chocolates you give kids or something for being good? He said, yes, here, take a fistful, eat them. So evidently, I've got to kind of bulk up a little bit. Actually, from what I understand, quite a bit. It's probably going to take me a few months. I mean, I'm up to the challenge. I like to eat. It's just, I guess, with all the work, you know, with the COVID, working in a supermarket, with the way the COVID's been, whew, that's murder. And you just don't think to eat. But you know, I have had these like little gnawings in my stomach area, where my stomach would be, and I guess it was the old tummy was trying to tell me something. So anyway, I gotta, yeah. So if you folks see me on the street, you know, just kind of pinch me on the ribs, and when you can finally get a good handful of flab, you know I'm feeling better. I won't get flabby, but doggone her. Man, okay. Interesting life, ain't it? I would have never thought, you know, having been a heart patient, I figured fat bad. You know, don't, if you're not eating and you get a little thinner, well, that's a good thing. Evidently, it's not so good for your heart to be low on fat either. From what I think I've heard that. Now, you don't want buckets of it, but evidently you do need some. And evidently I didn't have any. I know Sandy saw me coming out of the tub, and she says, God, where's all your fat? You don't got any. No, I guess I don't. She said, you heard what the doctor said, right? I said, yes. So anyway, I'm getting browbeaten into eating. If my mom was still alive by now, she'd be up here making me pies and just sitting me down. Yep. Tying me to the chair till I ate half the pie. So, yeah. Anyway. I just thought I'd say, I'll pass that on to you. It's good to lose weight if you're overweight, but there is a limit. There is a limit. And it evidently can. I'd check with your doctor. Don't go with what I'm telling you. But check with your doctor. But if you're way too thin, that might be giving you memory issues. Maybe. Okay? There you go. Feel free to comment. Okay. I'll see you later, friends. Thank you. And, well, bon appetit. I'll see you later now. By the way, if you're already, you know, way too heavy and all that, yeah, you should lose some weight. Because, yeah, you could mess up your heart a bit. Okay. Anyway, I'll see you later. God bless. Bye now.